Why is it that no matter how much time passes, certain people never seem to leave your mind? Have you ever tried to move on from someone, only to find that they keep resurfacing in your thoughts, sometimes out of nowhere? It doesn't matter how long it's been or how much your life has changed. They appear in your dreams in random moments of nostalgia, or even as a feeling you can't quite explain. You could be years past a breakup or have only met them briefly, yet they still take up space in your mind. Carl Jung believed that this isn't just nostalgia, nor is it random. It's a message from your unconscious. The human mind holds onto certain people, not by accident, but because they represent something deeper, something unresolved, something symbolic, something waiting to be understood. What if the reason you can't stop thinking about them has nothing to do with them at all, but everything to do with you? This one realization could change the way you see your thoughts, your emotions, and even your past relationships forever. By the end of this video, you'll understand why certain people occupy your thoughts long after they're gone. Learn how to break free from obsessive thinking patterns, gain a completely new perspective on how the unconscious mind shapes your reality. This isn't just about understanding your thoughts. It's about unlocking a new level of self-awareness. Have you ever wondered why certain people seem to stay in your thoughts, no matter how much time has passed? You could be going about your day, focused on work or a new relationship, yet out of nowhere, their name, their face, or a memory suddenly resurfaces. It's as if they have a permanent place in your subconscious, reappearing in dreams, songs, or even the feeling of an old place you once visited together. This isn't a coincidence. Your mind doesn't let go of what is emotionally unresolved. Carl Jung believed that when a person lingers in your thoughts, long after they're gone, it's because your unconscious mind is still processing something about them. It might be an unhealed emotional attachment, an unspoken truth, or a lesson that remains unfinished. In other words, your thoughts about them are not about them at all. They are about you, about something within you that still needs to be acknowledged. Your thoughts are like an echo. If something keeps repeating, it means the original sound hasn't been absorbed yet. Think about it. If you throw a rock into a canyon, the sound doesn't disappear instantly. It bounces back over and over until it finally fades. Your mind works the same way. If someone remains in your thoughts, it means the emotional sound they created was never fully absorbed. Instead, it keeps bouncing back, trying to find resolution. Your mind fixates on unfinished emotions, not because it wants to, but because it needs to. It is seeking closure, integration, or a deeper understanding of why this person's presence in your life mattered. Jung proposed that our minds don't just hold on to memories at a personal level, they also connect to something much larger, the collective unconscious. This means that some people don't just imprint on us personally, they imprint on us symbolically. A person who betrayed you may not just be an ex-friend or an ex-lover. They may represent a deeper fear of abandonment or a wound from childhood that still affects your relationships today. A past relationship that still lingers in your thoughts might not be about missing that person, but about missing the feeling of being seen, understood, or loved in a way that you haven't experienced since. A mentor or role model from your past may still be on your mind because you haven't yet fully stepped into the version of yourself they once saw in you. Jung believed that people in our lives often serve as psychological symbols. They represent something much bigger than themselves. Until we recognize what that is, our mind keeps bringing them back. Now, how triggers bring back the past? Have you ever heard a song that instantly transported you back to a specific moment in time? That's because the brain doesn't store memories in isolation. It stores them in emotional clusters. When we experience something deeply emotional, whether it's joy, heartbreak, excitement, or regret, our minds link that experience to specific sensory details. A song that played during an important moment, a scent that reminds you of someone, a place where something significant happened. The reason certain people keep coming back into your mind is because their presence is tied to strong emotional imprints in your memory. And the moment something in your environment triggers that emotional imprint, it's like pressing play on an old record. It starts looping again. This is why a certain song can make you feel like you're right back in a past relationship. A familiar perfume can suddenly bring back the presence of someone from years ago. A random street corner can remind you of a conversation that changed everything. Your unconscious mind doesn't operate on time the way your conscious mind does. It doesn't care if it's been months or years. If something was unresolved, it remains active beneath the surface. If your soul existed before birth, what decisions did it make? If you've ever felt a deep, unexplainable connection to someone, as if you knew them before you met them, or if you've encountered challenges in life that seem eerily tailored to your growth, you might be experiencing the results of choices your soul made before birth. According to ancient spiritual teachings, before we enter this life, we exist in a realm beyond time, a dimension of pure consciousness, where we review past experiences, set future intentions, and carefully design our next incarnation. But what exactly did your soul choose, and why? Before incarnating, your soul made key decisions that would shape your journey. These choices weren't random. They were guided by the lessons your soul needed to evolve. Carl Jung, Hermetic philosophy, and various spiritual traditions all point to the idea that the unconscious mind is deeply connected to past experiences, including those from previous lifetimes. Your unconscious carries forward unresolved lessons, shaping the themes, relationships, and even struggles you experience in this lifetime. So what exactly does a soul decide before entering a new life? 1. The family you were born into. Your family isn't just biological, it's karmic. Souls choose their families based on the lessons they need to learn. If you were born into a challenging home, it may be because your soul wanted to develop resilience, forgiveness, or inner strength. For example, a soul that struggled with abandonment in a past life may choose parents who are emotionally unavailable, forcing them to learn self-love and independence. A soul that once abused power may choose a life of humility and service to balance past karma. These choices aren't punishments, they are soul-level agreements designed for growth. 2. The relationships you encounter. Soul contracts. Every significant relationship in your life, whether romantic, familial, or even adversarial, is part of your soul's pre-birth design. Some people enter your life to teach you love, patience, or forgiveness. Others come to challenge you, triggering old wounds so you can heal them. Soulmates and twin flames. Some souls reincarnate together across multiple lifetimes, helping each other evolve. If you meet someone and feel an instant, unexplainable connection, it may be because your souls have known each other before. Example: you meet someone and feel like you've known them forever. This could be because your souls made a pre-birth agreement to reunite and continue a lesson from a past life. The challenges and obstacles you face. Souls don't choose an easy life. They choose the life that will help them evolve. Hardships are often pre-planned as opportunities for growth. Jung believed that much of what we struggle with in adulthood stems from the unconscious mind carrying unresolved emotions from past experiences. This ties into karma, the principle that our past actions shape our present reality. Example: a soul that failed to stand up for itself in a past life may choose a life filled with situations that demand self-assertion. A soul that struggled with betrayal may reincarnate to learn the power of trust and boundaries. Your deepest struggles are not random, they are custom designed for your growth. Now, how different traditions explain the soul's blueprint. Hermetic philosophy see it as a co-creator. The Kybalion, a Hermetic text, teaches that the soul is not a passive participant in life, it is an active creator. Before birth, the soul shapes its reality through intention, energy, and karmic imprints. What this means: the events in your life aren't just happening to you, they are happening through you, based on the choices your soul made before incarnating. Christian mysticism see the soul's journey as a divine contract. Some mystical Christian traditions believe each soul makes a covenant with the divine before birth. This contract includes specific lessons, missions, and spiritual callings designed to bring the soul closer to enlightenment. Example: some people feel a strong sense of purpose from an early age. This could be because their soul entered this life with a deep spiritual mission. Most people go through life believing that things just happen to them. But when you understand that your soul designed this life for a reason, everything changes. This knowledge empowers you to stop feeling like a victim of circumstances. Recognize that your relationships, challenges, and even struggles have deeper meaning. Shift from resisting life's challenges to seeing them as stepping stones towards spiritual growth. Your life is not random. You chose this journey before you were born. The question is, what will you do with this awareness? What if the people in your life aren't just random? What if they are part of a sacred contract your soul made before birth? Stay with me as we explore the hidden soul agreements that shape your relationships. Have you ever met someone and felt an instant, unexplainable connection, as if you had known them before? Or maybe you've encountered a person who triggered something deep within you, forcing you to grow, heal, or change. According to Jung, nothing is truly random when it comes to human relationships. There are unseen forces at work, psychological patterns, spiritual connections, and even pre-birth agreements that determine who we meet, who we love, and even who challenges us the most. These pre-birth agreements are called soul contracts, invisible bonds between individuals formed before incarnation that shape the most significant relationships in our lives. What are soul contracts? A soul contract is a spiritual agreement between two souls to enter each other's lives and play specific roles in each other's growth. These contracts are not accidental. They are part of the larger blueprint your soul created before birth. Some contracts are filled with love, such as soulmates, mentors, or family members who support us. Some contracts are filled with challenges, people who test us, trigger us, or force us to grow in difficult ways. All of them serve a purpose, to help us evolve into our highest selves. According to Jung's theory of the collective unconscious, every human being is deeply connected by shared psychological archetypes, universal patterns that shape our experiences. This means that some people enter our lives not just as individuals, but as symbols of something greater within ourselves. Think of your life as a great play. Before birth, you and other souls chose your roles. Some would help you grow, others would test you. But all of them play a part in your awakening. Imagine sitting in a grand theater before your birth, alongside other souls. Together, you choose the script of your next life. I'll be your parent in this life, to teach you resilience. I'll be the lover who breaks your heart, so you learn self-worth. I'll be the friend who inspires you to follow your dreams. Everyone agrees on their roles, knowing that once they incarnate, they will forget the script, so that the lessons feel real. This is why some relationships feel destined, why some people test us so deeply, and why certain encounters change us forever. Not all soul contracts are the same. Some bring love, while others bring lessons. Here are the key types of soul agreements you may encounter. 1. Soulmates, the mirrors of growth. Purpose: to support, love, and awaken each other. Signs: instant connection, deep understanding, feeling at home with them. A soulmate can be a romantic partner, a best friend, or even a mentor, someone who enters your life and helps you become more of who you truly are. But soulmates are not always meant to stay forever. Some come into your life just long enough to show you something about yourself before parting ways. Example: you meet someone who believes in your potential before you believe in yourself. A friend enters your life during a hard time, helping you see your strength, then drifts away once the lesson is complete. 2. Karmic relationships, the unfinished business. Purpose: to heal past wounds and clear unresolved karma. Signs: intense attraction, emotional highs and lows, repeated cycles. Karmic relationships are often challenging, passionate, and emotionally charged. They pull you in, but they also expose your deepest wounds. They repeat patterns from past lives, giving both souls a chance to break free from old cycles. Example: you find yourself in the same toxic relationship pattern over and over until you recognize the lesson and break free. You betrayed someone in a past life, and now in this life, you experience betrayal to understand the pain you once caused. The key to karmic relationships: Learn the lesson, then let go. 3. Twin flames, the soul's ultimate challenge. Purpose: to accelerate spiritual awakening. Signs: deep, intense bond feeling pulled toward them. Periods of separation. Twin flames are often one soul split into two bodies, meeting again in different lifetimes to trigger each other's growth. Unlike soulmates, twin flames often bring deep transformation through pain, separation, and emotional intensity. Their purpose is not just love, it is awakening. Example: meeting someone who changes everything, igniting a personal transformation. A powerful love that feels like home, but also forces both of you to face your shadows. Many twin flames don't stay together permanently because their mission is to awaken each other, not to provide comfort. How to recognize a soul contract in your life. Not every relationship is a soul contract, but if someone keeps showing up in your thoughts, emotions, or dreams, they likely are. Here's how to tell: do they trigger deep emotional reactions in you? Do you feel an unexplainable connection, as if you've known them before? Did they enter your life at a key moment of change or awakening? Do they challenge you in ways that force you to grow? If the answer is yes, this relationship is part of your soul's blueprint, designed to bring something to the surface that needs to be seen. Why it works. How soul contracts help us evolve. People don't just enter our lives randomly, they enter for a reason. Soulmates reflect the love we are meant to find within ourselves. Karmic relationships teach us the lessons we need to break old patterns. Twin flames ignite the deepest transformation. Understanding soul contracts allows us to stop feeling like victims of fate and start seeing our relationships as stepping stones towards self-awareness and growth. The question is, what lessons are the people in your life here to teach you? How to break free from repeating karmic cycles. Some people stay in your life for a season while others reappear across lifetimes until the lesson is learned. But what if you could finally end the cycle? Stay with me, because next we're going to explore how to break free from repeating patterns and transcend the cycle of reincarnation. If soul contracts exist to teach us, then why do some relationships feel like they keep repeating lifetime after lifetime? Have you ever noticed patterns in your relationships that seem to play out over and over again, even with different people? The same kind of heartbreak, the same toxic dynamic, the same struggles with trust, abandonment, or self-worth. This is not a coincidence. It's the unresolved karma from past experiences manifesting in your current life. But here's the key. The moment you fully learn the lesson, the cycle ends. Reincarnation is not just about coming back to live again. It's about evolving beyond the need to return. If you master the lessons your soul came here to learn, you step into a higher level of consciousness, free from the repetitive loops of karma. The only way out of repeating lifetimes is to stop reacting in the same way. If you recognize a pattern in your life, a repeating cycle of relationships, challenges, or emotional struggles, it means that this is a lesson your soul still needs to integrate. The good news? You can consciously end the cycle. Now, how to free yourself from karmic repetition. Here are some practical rules. 1. Practice radical self-awareness. Recognize the pattern. Most people unconsciously repeat their karma because they don't realize they're trapped in a loop. The first step to breaking free is awareness. Look for recurring themes in your relationships and challenges. Ask yourself, what is the lesson here? What keeps repeating? Shift your mindset. Instead of asking, why is this happening to me? Ask, what is this trying to teach me? Example: if you keep attracting emotionally unavailable partners, ask, am I being emotionally unavailable to myself? If you keep experiencing betrayal, ask, have I ignored my intuition? Have I betrayed myself in some way? Every cycle has a deeper meaning. Find it, and you begin to break free. 2. Let go of emotional attachments. Detachment is freedom. Many people stay stuck in karmic loops because they remain emotionally attached to the experience. They hold on to resentment toward those who hurt them. They stay in relationships out of fear, not love. They keep reliving the past instead of learning from it. Carl Jung taught that the unconscious controls us until we bring it into awareness. The more we resist letting go, the more these attachments keep controlling our thoughts and emotions. How to detach? Forgive, not just others, but yourself. Release the idea that you need closure from another person. Closure comes from within. Meditate and visualize yourself cutting energetic ties with past relationships. When you emotionally detach from the past, you stop creating karmic bonds that pull you back into the same lessons. 3. Practice presence. Master the now. Transcend the cycle. One of the greatest illusions keeping people trapped in reincarnation is the idea that the past defines them. It doesn't. The moment you become fully present, you break free from the karmic patterns of the past. Why? Because karma is simply unconscious action repeating itself. The more present you become, the more conscious your actions are, and the less power the past has over you. How to cultivate presence? Meditation. It rewires the brain to break old thought patterns. Mindfulness. Pay attention to how you react emotionally in daily life. Breathwork. Every deep breath brings you out of the past and into the now. The more conscious you become in this lifetime, the less karma you carry forward into the next. When you stop shaking the muddy water of your mind, the mud settles and the clear truth shines through. Imagine a glass of muddy water. If you keep stirring it, the water stays cloudy, but if you let it sit still, the mud settles and the water becomes clear. Your mind works the same way. The more you react, the more you stay in old patterns. But the moment you become still, clarity arrives. This is why meditation, stillness, and conscious awareness are so powerful. They allow you to see the truth beyond illusion. The moment you stop reacting from old wounds, old habits, and unconscious beliefs, you step into a higher level of consciousness. Instead of repeating lifetimes trying to fix the past, you become a conscious creator of your own destiny. This is where true spiritual freedom begins. No more cycles of pain repeating, no more unconscious patterns controlling your life. No more feeling stuck, only expansion, awareness, and growth. This is what the great spiritual masters have always known, that the key to freedom is within you. The question is, are you ready to break free? Some souls return to reincarnation over and over, bound by karma, but others break free, transcending the cycle and choosing their next path. But what happens when a soul finally reaches full awareness? Do they vanish into the cosmos, or do they return, not because they have to, but because they choose to guide others? As we come to the end, let's recap what we learned. If you've made it this far, then you already know the people who stay in your thoughts are not there by accident. Everything you experience in life, every relationship, every lesson, every challenge, is part of a greater design, a blueprint created by your soul before birth. Your thoughts don't hold on to people randomly. They hold on to what remains unresolved. The people who stay on your mind are often tied to soul contracts, agreements made before birth to help each other grow. Karmic relationships repeat until you master the lesson and break the cycle. The moment you stop reacting from unconscious patterns, you begin to transcend the cycle of reincarnation. Your mind is not trapping you, it is guiding you towards self-awareness, healing, and freedom. This isn't about forgetting the people who have impacted you, it's about understanding why they were there in the first place, and using that awareness to step into a higher level of consciousness. But what happens after you break free? If reincarnation is a cycle of learning, then what awaits the souls who master their lessons? Do they simply dissolve into the universe? Or do they return as guides helping others awaken? Some believe that true enlightenment isn't the end, it's just the beginning. And in my next video, we'll explore exactly what happens to the souls who escape the wheel of reincarnation. Could you be one of them? Click here to watch the next step in your journey, and don't forget to subscribe for more insights into the hidden wisdom of your soul's path. The answers you seek have always been within you. Are you ready to remember? By the time the viewer reaches this point, they shouldn't feel like they are at the end of a video. They should feel like they are on the edge of a revelation. They now understand why certain people linger in their thoughts, But more importantly, they've been given the tools to process, integrate, and transcend these experiences so they no longer feel trapped by them. And just as they've started to unlock this truth, a bigger question arises. What happens next? That's the perfect place to leave them, not just informed, but deeply curious. Not just watching, but awakening. And that curiosity, that hunger for deeper understanding, is what brings them back for more.